Let's learn how to switch adapt a toy.
Okay, today we are going to switch adapt this nice snowman here who lays a song when you squeeze his leg. So we need our toy, we're going to need scissors, wire cutter, might need a screwdriver, this electric paint, needle and thread, a switch so we can test our toy, and then a male-female stereo cable that we're going to cut to switch adapt. We might need our little helping hands.
And I forgot, we'll need electrical tape. Step 1.
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is take out our batteries.
Step 2.
Okay, so we want to find out where he's going to start, and we're going to cut into him a little bit above that. Take out his fluff. Alright, we're going to pull out our wire. You can cut closer to the button because we don't really care about that part. Okay, now we have the wires that we're going to adapt with.
Step 3.
We're going to take our wire strippers and we're going to strip this cable here.
Step 4.
We're going to take our stereo cable. We want the female end. We're going to cut it. And then we're going to strip this wire too. Now we also have to strip these inside wires here. I don't always pick the right two wires to strip, so if this doesn't work, then we'll strip the third one. Okay.
Step 5.
All right, we're gonna put the batteries back in so that we can test the wires and make sure we pick the right ones. All right, I'm gonna plug in a switch so that we can test it. And I'm gonna try to get the two different wires to touch the other two wires. All right, Nicole, can you touch our switch? Touch it again. All right, we know these two wires will work.
Step 6.
The next step here is to twist the two wires together. Oops. You can take your batteries back out for this part if you'd like. Okay, after we have our wires twisted, we want to still make sure that it works with the switch before we put it together. Still working. We have here bare conductive electric paint, and that's what we're going to do to keep the wires together before we close them back up. So we're just going to put a thin layer . On top of the wires. And it's going to take about 15 minutes to dry from here.
Step 7.
Okay, so So it's been about 15 minutes and our electrical paint is dry. So we're going to take electrical tape and we're just going to tape over where we painted. So, and something we have learned is you want to make sure that you tape the wires separately. Don't try to tape them together. So there's one. Here's two. Another thing we did was before we did the tape or the glue, for every step we've been checking with the switch to make sure it still works. And it does. And that's it.
Step 8.
All right, so our last thing to do here is we're gonna have to stuff the wiring back in and we're gonna sew him up. So I'm gonna try to stuff his fluff back in too. Don't worry too much about doing a pretty job. I really just want to make sure that I get the wire stuck in there very well so that kids can't grab them out.
Let's test it out.
All right, so he's all sewed up here. We hooked the switch back in. He's working. Something to keep in mind while you guys are doing this is if it doesn't work on the first try, just keep trying. Like I said earlier, you might have stripped the wrong wire. You might need to go for that third one. A couple of times I put the electric paint on and then had to take it back off and redo the wires. Don't give up. It can be frustrating, but you can do it.
If you have any questions, please contact Amanda at aaccreatively.com or Lauren at aaccreatively.com.